Video. Hello, successionaires, and welcome to the Empowerment Session, sponsored by the Millionaire Mastermind Institute and P&L Acquisition Services. The Institute is an institute for entrepreneurs and future entrepreneurs. It's here where millionaire mindsets, businesses, and lifestyles are made. I'm William Murray, your host and president of the Millionaire Mastermind Institute. And I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in and giving me the opportunity to talk to you and give you the blessing that my God has given to me on this most blessed of days. The God in me greets and blesses the God in you. I have my sidekick here, Miss G, my baby girl. How we doing, Miss G?
Hey, good evening, successionaires. Mrs. G is doing awesome and amazing. How is everyone tonight? Mr. Murray, as usual, I'm ready for an amazing show tonight. I got my pen and paper ready, and I'm ready to get this show rolling.
Baby girl, go ahead and put the call-in number on the Facebook Live for me.
I'm on it.
Okay. Y'all, tonight's show, it's going to be kind of like that. I'm either going to lose some listeners or I'm going to waken up some listeners. Cause tonight I'm in my, I'm kind of going through a change and a new phase of education in my learnings and my teachings. And I'm passing on what I'm learning and my knowledge to you. I do a lot of studying in the last week or so. I've really just been in the mood to study. I mean, I've been studying for hours and hours and hours and reading and picking up information. Excuse me. Sometimes you just get in that mood, you know. And I see I got Camilo Richards on. I got Yvonne on. I got comedian Michelle on. I've got Rich, Ava, Maggie, and I got a lot of new callers. I'm looking at how many people, new callers I got. I got Regina on. And I see people starting to line up and come on. So I'm going to kick it off and go ahead and start my class for the evening, my session for the evening. Let me do everything I need to do to get ready here. Make sure I got everything going. I'm getting ready to add another monitor to my show, which I'm hoping I can handle one more project that I got to do, one more thing I have to do in order to make my show. Because it's things I'm learning, y'all. I'm just learning so much in how to do things. Let me do everything I need to do to get ready here. Make sure I got everything going. I'm getting ready to add another okay, hold on. I'm monitor to my show. Okay. Now I'm getting ready to get going. Let me get my other recording going. And I'm going to go ahead and kick off the show. Hello, successionaires. And this session is titled The Project. Otherwise, it could be two, the project and the projects. People, it is a must that we become self-sufficient. We must become and support entrepreneurs, businessmen or women, farmers, manufacturers, teachers, family. We must support us. We're going through a thing right now where racism has really taken over in this country. And like I say, racism is a very sick frame of mind. Let me explain to you why. Because a self-sufficient people cannot be controlled or enslaved. Now, fact is, and y'all, I'm going to give you a lot of facts tonight, so you want to have your pencil and paper, because this is going to be some stuff you're going to want to take notes on. He who controls the education system or the education controls the history. And truth is, only a fool lets its oppressor educate them or their children. And if you give them the control to feed you, you also give them the control to starve you. When, and this is, I'm saying everything tonight is really, this is really going to be fact. When you're not productive to yourself and your people, you are a slave. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You ain't got to like it. Like I told you, truth and fact are undefeated. People, black people, we must recover our self-awareness. But the thing about it, it will require a strategy. It's going to require a plan, an idea, and we're going to have to work that plan. For us to be in the situation that we're in right now was because of a strategy, because of a plan. In my studies this week, I picked up so much information and learned so much about the knowledge and the system that was put in place to keep poor people poor, black people poor, and the rich constantly building wealth. We must admit that we have been programmed. And people don't want to believe that you've been programmed. I've been telling you for the longest that as long as I can control you, as long as I'm controlling your education and your diet. And right now, the biggest programming tool is the radio and television. We're being programmed, and we aren't even seeing the programming that they're doing to us. The wealthy own the radio stations. They own the TV stations, the programs you watch. So that means that they're programming you to see, to like, to listen to what they want you to. Programming you, and you don't even realize you're being programmed. Every how many minutes is there a commercial? Buy this, buy that. You must have this. You must have that. You must take this pill. You must eat this. And all of it is nothing but programming. They're constantly programming you. Fact, they are programming you. So you got to start looking at what they're doing and stop looking at it for entertainment. They're programming your mind. And they're controlling you. Let me explain what happened in back. Okay, let's go here to 1839 when China closed its borders against the white people because of their opium addiction. America's doing the same thing right today to its own citizens that it was doing to the Chinese back in the early 1800s. They were shipping tons of opium to China, addicting them and becoming a power country and very wealthy off of addicting a country on drugs. Now think about what I'm telling you. China had to shut its borders, kick out all white people to get control and to get their citizens from addiction of opium. They confiscated hundreds of tons of opium that the United States was shipping to their country. So they shut the borders in order to cure the addiction of drugs. Look at this country. Now they've got you believing that it's being bought in from down below in Mexico. That's not true. I got news for y'all. It's the government. Your government that is bringing these drugs in this country. Your government is putting these drugs in these cities. Because at one time, black people, if you had marijuana joints, you got arrested. If you had a rock of crack cocaine, you got more time than the person who had an ounce of powder. But they had you believing that it's the blacks who were addicted to the drugs. When you look at it now, they're making legal what was used to be illegal because now it's their children, the colonizers' children, who are being addicted to all these drugs. There are more of them addicted to these opioids than we are. So now they're saying it's not criminal, it's a sickness. They changed the laws where they don't, now they don't, consider it a crime. When you own the system, you can do within that system what you want. And they own the system. They put it together. Now I'm getting ready to get into something that's going to either wake you up or put you in denial. There is a drug war. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's a drug war. But it's not a drug war on drugs. Understand what I just said. There is a drug war. But there is no war on drugs. There is no way, as large as this country is, as many cities and states and cities as it is, that illegal drugs can travel and be in this country as much as there is without it coming through with the government. It will. Come on, y'all. Open your eyes and look. And stop believing this BS that they're feeding you. That you got people, yeah, you got some people bringing in drugs, getting rich. I guarantee you, 80%, 85% of drugs are coming through the government. There's money in criminalization and putting you in jail. There's money in addicting you. There's money in making you sick. There's money in all of that. And the government funds itself through the addiction and the system that they're putting on the citizens in this country through their system. There's no way nobody can put as much drugs in this country without going to government. You don't have to believe it, but it's true. Who's going to protect us from us? If we don't protect ourselves, y'all wake up. Wake up, damn it, wake up. And face the fact that our government is very, very, very corrupt. Now I'm going to get into something that's really, really going to shock y'all. But I want y'all to, don't listen, don't believe nothing I'm telling you, not one word I'm telling you. I want you to research it, to find out for yourself if I'm right or wrong. And you're going to find out how right I am. If I can research and find it, so can you. In 1945, the 79th Congress Subcommittee on Urban Affairs of the Joint Committee issued a report on containing the Negroes. You heard what I said, right? 1945, the 79th Congress Subcommittee on Urban Affairs of the Joint Committee issued a report on containing the Negroes. I mean, they done homework on how to contain them. Now, I named this the projects. Project or projects. Here's what they learned from their studies. And they started out first with rats, and then they figured out how to make it work for humans. That's why they call the ghetto, the hood, the projects. That's what it was. It was a project. Now I'm going to break it down for you. Okay. That's why they built all the high rises in a certain block radius. And they might say, okay, we're going to build these and have 3,000 apartments. 3,000. But anytime you build them high, you can stack people on top of each other. And if you have 3,000 apartments, and let's say 9,000, 10,000, 100,000 people within that area, but you don't have there but 15, let's say 10,000 jobs. What's going to happen? There'll be people going to start stealing, robbing, murdering, right there in their neighborhood. They knew this was going to happen. Because anytime you put a group of people in an area and there's not enough employment and the wages aren't high enough within the society, what's going to happen? There's money in them keeping you poor and on top of each other, robbing, killing, and murdering each other. There's too much money in it. That was a project that the 79th Congress Subcommittee on Urban Affairs planned after doing their research. How many cities don't have a hood or ghetto? And I got a better question for you yet still. Here's a question I ask you. Name me one city, one, that has white ghetto. What they call a ghetto. Name me one. And if you happen to look up, and it's not going to happen, and find one, I guarantee you $5 to a donut you won't find two. That was planned for us. In these crowded facilities, and don't give you enough jobs and the money to live a decent life. You're going to have crime. You're going to have drug addiction. And here's another thing that they did on that. They didn't give you decent grocery stores where you can buy healthy food. I want y'all to think about what I'm telling you. I want you to think about what I am telling you. What's going to happen? Like they say, anytime you back an animal in a corner, it's going to come out swinging, baby. And that's what you're seeing in these ghettos, in these hoods, in the projects. It was a project. Y'all just look it up and find out what they did to y'all and how they planned this out as a project. That's why it's called the projects. That's where the name came from. Because it was what it was. When I tell you truth and fact are undefeated, United States Urban Development, what we call HUD, H-U-D, Housing and Urban Development, was the main source of the projects. And HUD is a government project. HUD. It's government, baby. Everybody knows HUD is government. Everybody knows HUD is government. This is planned, y'all. This is not something just happening. This was planned. That's the reason right now all the rich people got a big tax break. And while everybody filled out their taxes this year are realizing you got less this year than you've ever gotten in your return on taxes because they cut back things that you could claim gave them a big tax break. So all they did was make the rich richer and make the poor poor. Don't matter what color. Because they say, well, man, there's white people out there poor too. Yeah, they are. But like they say, in any war, there's always going to be casualties. Think about what I'm telling you, y'all. I know what I'm talking about. I researched, y'all don't know how much study I put into this. Now, let me shock y'all. I'm getting ready to shock y'all. In order to make this project successful, they said that they needed city planners, architects, engineers, economists, law enforcement specialists, traffic and transportation experts, educators controlling the system, lawyers, social workers, political scientists, psychologists, anthropologists, and y'all hold on to your seat. I'm ready to shock you now. And preachers. Today's churches are nothing more than temples of control. Now, I just did a research, and this gentleman was in the city, and he went within a few blocks radius. There were 27 churches. Not a grocery store, not a rec center, not an educational facility, but there were bunches and bunches of liquor stores. What is that telling you? What is that showing you? Hello, wake up. Wake up. The Congress subcommittee said we must study their actions so that we may know how to keep them in control. Them as black people, black folks. That's what the hood is. That's what the ghetto is. How to keep them in control. We got to admit, y'all. We got to admit we've been programmed. Every city has a project. Every city has a project. And what color is that project? Like I told you, look at any city and tell me what the white projects are. You got a few white people mixed in with us, blacks in the hood. You do. They got to live somewhere. But it's not enough where they're going to tell you that there's a bunch. And you go out to the Midwest and and you find out, here's something that you don't know, y'all. Here's a big lie they tell you. There are 3 times or more as many colonizers, white folks, on welfare than black. You got people out there on welfare getting millions of dollars a year. They're paying these people who they gave land to, acres and acres and acres of land, paying them millions of dollars a year not to plant. Now, if someone gave you 1,000 acres, I'm just using around 1,000 acres, and they come and say, look, man, we're going to pay you all this money, don't plant anything. That's welfare, baby. That's free money. Your government is paying all of these Caucasians all this money not to plant. Why? Look at the price of the food. Look at the price. They've got control, and then look how many places right here in the Washington metropolitan area. They're fighting because there are areas and regions here where there are no grocery stores. I can name you two, well, really three, but let's say two definitely where there are no grocery stores in our community. I'm talking about an area of mass proportion. They don't have a damn grocery store. But they got plenty of liquor stores now. Well, they ain't got no shortage of liquor stores. Think about what I'm telling you. And now you gonna tell me that you ain't programmed? We must admit that we've been programmed. Now look at us where we are today. And regardless of where you live, here's what I don't understand. I don't understand this. I don't understand it. Why do black people believe that living around white people means they're doing good? Are we really that damn dumb? Are we that dumb? I don't know. That's a question you got to answer. Look at it. Ask yourself and then seek the answer. That's like when a poodle looked at a dog that was a Sooner. And you know what a Sooner is? Sooner be one kind of dog as any other. Or a mix-up dog. And the poodle looked at the Sooner and said, boy, you sure are ugly. And the Sooner looked at the poodle and said, yes, but you are still a dog. Think about what I just told you. Think about what I just told you. Don't care where you live, when you're black, you're black. You can't run away from it. Don't care where you live. They still see you as a low-class citizen. I don't give a damn where you live. Look what they did to James, the basketball star. Wrote the word Nigger on his gate. That man's a multimillionaire. I guarantee the person who wrote that on there ain't got nowhere near as much money as he had. But he looked at himself as a better class person, all because James is black, LeBron James is black, and the person who wrote that was white. See, that's how racism works. They've convinced the poor whites that regardless of how poor you are, and regardless of how rich a black person may be, at least you are not black. So they rate themselves as a better person, a better citizen, because they're white. It's a mindset, y'all. They're programmed. They are programmed to believe that. What I tell you, he who controls the education controls the history. So many lies. So today's education ain't nothing but a bunch of mental programming and lies. But here's the thing that's scaring the hell out of them. This right now, for the next 2,000 years, is the age of, it's not the age of Pisces no more, which is the age of deceit. The age of Aquarius is the age of knowledge, information, and technology. Look at the internet. Look at it. All this knowledge and information that's coming out, the truth is coming out. Yes, it's going to take a few years, several years, for all the lies to be buried and the truth to come completely to the surface. Where people are going to say, wait a damn minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. That does not compute. Y'all look up the age of Aquarius. Look it up and see what it means. And it lasts for 2,000 years. The age of information, knowledge, and technology. That means the truth. The world is connected now. The truth of the world has been connected. Look at who they're always reporting in the news. Every time you look at this, they're showing us, black folks. Saying he did this, he did that, he did this. But they aren't telling you that 83% of every white person in America that's murdered is murdered by another white person. They don't tell you that. 83% of all white people that are killed and murdered in America are killed and murdered by another white person. The population of jails is white folks. But they can't tell, they got to tell you that the black people are the biggest criminals. That's all they show. They got to show that. They can't let everybody know they ain't no damn good. They're bigger thieves and crooks and hoodlums and drug dealers and addicts than we are. They can't tell you that. You're being programmed to believe that because that's all they're showing you. And you ain't doing the true research to find out that that is a lie. They said that through the process of taming the Negro, we must concentrate on the men. We must make sure there is not enough jobs and income to support their family. And not enough quality food. Look it up. Look it up. The 79th Congress Subcommittee in 1945. Look it up. Oh, you go talk to men? What do you do when you talk to men and they can't take care of their family? Look at welfare. Let's go. Let's talk about welfare. It's stated there cannot be a man in the home in order to qualify the females for welfare. They are giving you a job, but they'll give you enough for you to almost eat on for a month. Almost. But poor quality food. You can't have a man in your home, and that's tearing down the family structure. Come on, everybody knows if you don't have a man in the house and you have children, it's going to tear down the family structure. That was part of the project. And it's still going on today. They keep telling you, ain't no black men out there. Ain't no good black men. That's bullshit. There are plenty and plenty and plenty of good black men out there. But you got all these programmed black women convinced there are no good men out there. All the good men are in jail. Well, hell, if they're good men, why the hell are they in jail? Come on, women. How dumb is that? How dumb is that? I don't need a man. I don't need a damn man. Hello? Hello? Oh, you don't need a man. All you want to do is screw him and have babies. But you don't even help you raise, because they got it set up where he's not going to be able to take care of his family because they aren't going to pay him his due if they give him a job at all. And if you're on welfare, you can't have a man in your home. So that's turned down your family structure. They keep him from being able to support his family. And they're telling you you can't have him there to support your family. And you say men ain't no good. If he didn't rape you, it's as much your fault as it is his. Don't blame the man if it ain't rape. Do not blame the man if it is not rape. If he didn't force you to open your legs and get pregnant, 50-50, baby. 50-50. Look at who they got among us. Now, remember I told you what they're going to have? The police, social workers, political scientists, psychologists among us. And through the system that they got them working, they had to report everything because God be in writing. And who is it being reported to? to our enemies, to our oppressors. They got us telling them about us. They got us telling on us. Wake up, people, or we all through. Racism is a system to control or annihilate black people, period. Or the poor, because like I say, they think, oh, well, you know, in every war there's a few casualties of your own. They know there's going to be a few white people who are going to survive it. They don't care. Because that's not their goal. Their goal is to annihilate and control black people. See, I want to help you get your African mind together, baby. That's my job. That is my purpose, to help you get your African mind together. When your beliefs don't coincide with facts, you have been misled, baby. When what you believe don't coincide with a fact, then you know you've been misled. I told you truth and fact are undefeated. You cannot beat truth and fact. It's undefeated. The mind can't teach what the brain don't know. There's no literature on earth that should stop you from thinking. The most powerful psychopathology is the belief in something simply because you want it to exist. Now think about what I told you. Think about what I just said. The most powerful psychopathology is the belief in something simply because you want it to exist. Oh, I ain't gonna get into religion, y'all, because I don't want to hurt nobody's feeling not this evening. I can get into that and just blow you right out the water. But I'm not. That's not what this is about this evening. I want to wake your mind and realize about the system, the project that you're all involved in. And like I told you, when your mind is your weapon, you are not fit to be a slave, but you're all slaves because your mind is not the weapon. You'd rather watch that daggone ignoritude and be programmed than to study and find out how to best raise your children, the knowledge, understand the system, so you can beat it. So you won't be a victim of the system that is meant to keep you from being successful and living the life that you want. If we don't create our own destiny, the colonizers will gladly do it for us. If we don't create our own destiny. See, right now, man, the colonizers, the white man, is so content when we sit around and do nothing. They want you to sit around and do nothing. They're content then because then you aren't doing anything about your situation. About bucking and beating and getting the corruption out of the system. You know the system is corrupt. But you sit on your butt and all you're doing is complaining. That's what they want. You're making their day. And you're also making their bank account. Wake up, y'all, or we all through. We must create our own Wall Street by supporting our brothers and our sisters who are in business and support the banks. And we must start our own education system. The black dollar has so much power. If we use it correctly, hell, we got $1.4 trillion a year in gross national income. $1.4 trillion. And we give it all away. We finance our own demise. We do. We truly finance our own demise. Most black businesses, now hear me when I say this, hear me. Most black businesses don't need funding. They just need us to buy from them. That's all. They don't need, what they need funding for, we will patronize them. You see, small acts, when multiplied by millions, can transform the world. Let me do that again. When small acts are multiplied by millions, it can transform the world. See, what's what y'all don't know about Wall Street, the Black Wall Street in Oklahoma? See, don't think that white people didn't come to that town, but they were so shocked how organized it was, how clean it was, how well they lived, and they even used our banks. See, they don't tell you that. They don't tell you the part about they came to us to borrow money. They can't tell you that we were so successful, that they came to us to borrow money. They came to us to look at our system of success, of how we built that Black Wall Street. I'm going to give you something. You know, I once saw a picture of this is true, I once saw a picture of a black man walking beside a big bull elephant. And what is that? 10 tons, maybe 15 tons. And the caption read, "Here is the strongest and most powerful creature on earth. And next to him is an African bull elephant." Think about what I just said. Here is the strongest and most powerful creature on earth. And next to him is an African bull elephant. That's fact. Man, black man, the most powerful creature on earth. But we've got to stop being programmed and stop letting them program our beautiful black women and our children to think a man ain't shit. There's no other way to put that, y'all. I know I'm saying something, but that's fact, and that's just the way it is. I ain't got to sugarcoat the truth. I want to wake you up. We must raise the consciousness of our people. That's what I'm trying to do. We must get our African mind and community together. We must have a sense of unity. We must stop doing the work of our enemy, our oppressor. You go to our oppressor and say, "Would you stop oppressing me?" He say, "Hell no, man. I'm making too much money off of oppressing you. Why am I going to give up my power, which is oppressing you, because you oppressed? No, I'm not going to give it up." Now, let me give this to you in my closing. African people, do you know who you are? Who you really are? African people, do you know you can be who you want to be if you try to be what you can be? African people, do you know where you are going? Where you are really going? African people, do you know you can learn what you want to learn if you try to learn what you can learn? African people, do you know you are strong? You are very strong. African people, do you know you can do what you want to do if you try to do it what you want to do? African people, be what you can be. Good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is better and your better is best. African people, learn what you can learn. Knowledge is power. Information is power. African people, do you do what you can do, and tomorrow our nation will be what we want it to be. Not what they want us to be. African people, you do what you can do. You surround me. Tomorrow, our nation will be what we want it to deliverance, not what they want. Thank you, African people. Be your own people's project and keep working on your road to success. Lines are open. Somebody talk to me. *6. *6. Somebody talk to me. *6. I put something on you. Hope I didn't hurt nobody's feelings. If I did, more power to me. I want to wake you up. Yes.
Hey, bro, how you doing?
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Murray, how you doing? This is Sir Rob. I just cut in and your information was very informative.
Thank you, my brother.
Especially about the project. Especially about the project. And I'm with you 100% about the other people are more in the project than we are. And it is about time that we wake up and see the truth. So I appreciate the information that was given.
You know, Sir Rob, we met yesterday. Although that wasn't the first time we met, but that's the first time we really got a chance to sit down and get to know each other. And like I told you, we do some business together, Rob. There's no doubt. Do this for me, Rob. Tell people who you are and what you do.
My name is Sir Rob, and I run an organization called Affordable Power, which is an entrepreneur referral network organization. We model Black Wall Street concept. Also, we help business grow by helping them, showing them how to promote their business online.
If someone wants to get in touch with you, Rob, because they may need your service, Rob, how can they reach you?
Well, okay, you can reach me by calling me direct at area code 301-316-8468, or you can direct to an email, which is the 44power2223@gmail.com, or you can go to my website, which is the 44power2223.wixsite.com/the-connector.
And Rob, you know, we're going to do, now y'all get a chance to meet this gentleman, because him and I are going to do a lot of business together. I've got plans for this gentleman with what he does, and I need his services just like he needs mine. So we're going to do business. We're going to join, like I told you. If we spend money among each other, we're building our community, our people. And I'm going to do business with this brother, because he does what I need, and I do what he needs. So we're going to get together and do business. Y'all get a chance to meet this brother. There's no doubt. When you come to my event, you'll get a chance to meet this brother. Thank you, Rob. I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir, and looking forward to sitting down with you again.
Oh, that's going to be real soon. I won't be able to see you tomorrow because you've already committed for tomorrow evening. But that's okay. It's going to be, there's a tomorrow very soon coming.
Definitely, I will definitely be able to I'll definitely be at your class on the 20th.
Okay. Thank you, Rob.
Well, thank you, sir. You have an excellent day.
Yes. Lines are open. Somebody talk to me.
Hey, Brother Mayor.
Yes, Brother Drew. How are you, my brother?
Wonderfully well. Hey, always a pleasure to plug in, man. Great information. Some of it I can confirm especially about the projects, because I did some research after hearing you speak on that, and certainly starting with the rat, the experiment with the rat, and proceeded further. But and I might have mentioned it before, the book by G. Woodson.
Yes.
The Miseducation of the Negro.
Yes.
Very good resource to just read, and it just has a wealth of information for anyone to read, just to get an idea of what he talks about in living in a system and how that system has affected our growth socially, educationally. There's just so much there, and for anyone that want to get a good insight, on what you was talking about, The Miseducation of the Negro is a good read.
Oh, it's an old read, and the language is from back at that time, but it still fits today.
Yeah.
It definitely fits today. And I've got class tomorrow night, my brother. I know you're gonna be there. It's gonna be a good class. What I'm gonna be going through and going over tomorrow, it's gonna be fantastic. And I've got several people gonna show up tomorrow for the class too. I was with them last night, and they got tickets, so I know they'll be there tomorrow. Lines are open, y'all. Let me tell you what was happening tomorrow. Tomorrow is day 3 of our 4-week, week 3 of our 4-week class on Wednesdays at 9221 Hampton Overlook, Capitol Heights, Maryland. Tomorrow's the 13th, and it's our 3rd class, and it's a workshop. And we've already covered mindset, business etiquette. We've covered social media. We covered licensing, tax ID, name, trademark, Dun & Bradstreet, public speaking. And tomorrow's class, y'all, I'm not going to tell you what it's about, but it's going to fit in, and it's going to take you to the next level, because this is a 4-week class. And we take you level by level by level. And Brother Drew been there, so he knows that each week I'm taking up from where I was last week and taking you on deeper into you being a successful business person, or regrouping and regrowing and redoing your life to where you can build and grow it into success. So it's at 9221 Hampton Overlook, Capitol Heights, Maryland, 20743. It's from 6 to 9 o'clock. We're going to do a lot of discussion tomorrow. Working out your situation, your issues, your problem. What do you need in order to build and grow your business to where you want it to be? So we will cover a lot tomorrow. I got some classes. I'm going to be teaching you a class. And you bring your laptop or bring your iPad, because you're going to need it. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. For more information, call me at 240-619-2019. 240-619-2019. Anything else, my brother Drew?
No, I don't have anything. Looking forward to the class tomorrow night.
All right, my brother, I'll see you there. See, that brother doesn't miss none of my classes. He's at every one of my sessions here on Tuesday nights. The brother retired from his good, let's say government job, because his business got where he no longer didn't need his job. It's his business. I've been coaching his brother for almost 3 years. And his business is doing that well. He's doing that well. Y'all don't think I don't know, because I'm a black man. I'm a 43-year entrepreneur and a very successful businessman. And for the money that I charge for this class, you don't get that nowhere in the country. Nowhere. It's not about money to me. It's about me fulfilling my purpose. Lines are open, y'all. Somebody talk to me. Lines are open. Somebody talk to me. If you're online social media, post a question or post a post out there so I can read it. I put it across the air. But like I told you, this is national. This show is not local. Just like Rob, he don't realize this is a national call. This is not right across the local area. This call is national. I've gotten from California up to Honolulu, down to Florida and Carolinas, and everything in between. Somebody talk to me. See, baby girl is there, but I don't think she can talk, because I think she's at work. And I know when she doesn't say anything, it's because she is at work. And she can't always speak. So.
Say hello. Hello, my name is Dream. I'm 7 years old. I'm a success.
Thank you, young one. Oh, that is so nice. Now, that is so nice. Thank you, Regina.
You're welcome.
I love you, baby. I love you.
That's my
And there's nothing you
granddaughter,
can do
and
about
she
that.
listens to the program.
Huh?
That's my granddaughter, and she sometimes tune in to the Success Program, and I want to thank you for your program.
Good, good. I know her. She said she's what, 7?
7 years old, yes, sir.
Hey, baby, that's where you start them. That's where you start them. I want you to sit down and have discussions with her. You know, ask her what she learned from the night. Have a discussion with her. Ask her, baby, what did you pick up? Just see what she learned so you can take her to another level or show her another insight on what she learned.
That's right. I will. She's staying up a little late tonight, but only on Tuesdays.
Okay. Okay. Well, Regina, darling, you know I love you. There ain't nothing you can do about it, dear.
Oh, don't want to do a thing about it. Love you too, brother. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Dennis Biddle, how you doing, my brother? I've got you unmuted. Just talk.
What's going on, partner? What's happening?
All right, my brother, my brother.
Hey, man. I just left Dallas, Texas. I'm on this back road highway. I've been in fog for the last 4 hours.
Wow.
I'm headed to Kansas City.
You be careful out there.
Hey, man, just to be riding down the road and being able to plug into your conversation, man, you dead on it. I tell you, I don't know why we won't. Well, I do know why we won't wake up, but you know we have to really call a spade a spade. We all came up in the project. I mean, every last one of us. If you were born from the late 50s, the baby boomers, to the 60s, we all came up in a project. That whole group of black folk, especially when our parents moved from the South and they ran chasing the slave masters to get those industrial jobs, which they ain't got now.
In the 40s and the 50s, you're right.
That's right. That's what happened. And we can kind of, and you know, you were saying about Martin, I want to say, Martin Luther King did a speech. It was in the 1958 Ebony magazine. It was called the Economic Emancipation.
Yeah.
And I got that article I still share it. He talked about how in order for us to grow economically, we got to have financial circulation. And you hit on it when you talked about Black Wall Street. I mean, if people look at our body, our blood, it circulates in our body. And if it don't circulate, they call that cardiac arrest. And the dollar bill is considered the blood of every culture community. Every culture community, don't matter if it's black, white, Chinese, yellow, brown, every ethnicity has the dollar bills. But the problem, our dollars, we are the only ones that don't have economic circulation. And we don't have it because Martin Luther King said until we establish some banks, credit unions, and at that time, the savings loan industry before Buster was during that time, he said we need those and insurance companies established in every black community. You talk about, you said, I mean, you look around, we don't have there's only one grocery store. I was born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Lena's is still in business. They're the only black-owned grocery store in the whole state of Wisconsin. That's a dadgum shame.
Yeah.
It's over. I mean, we're talking about generations of Negroes that migrated from Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas. They migrated in the 50s all the way up north, and to this day in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, they got one grocery store. And the sad part about it is 90% of the Negroes in Milwaukee, Wisconsin doesn't even patronize that store.
You know, that's what's hurting us. See, we're taking our money and giving to our oppressor and wonder why come we're oppressed. That
you just said 1.4 trillion is we are on the buy. That was awesome, man. Hey, that's sad when you pay your death sentence.
Just think, man, if we put that money in now there are black banks out there. but until we start using them. And that way, see, we can go to the black bank and tell him, say, look, if you don't loan us money, we won't use you. And they'll give you your money because you look like them.
Right. Yeah.
Monday and Tuesday is the busiest day of the week for the banks because that's when black churches put their money in the bank. $500 million a week.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And we have to wake up and we need some financial education, the real truth about how money works. And you know, I found out in my 30 plus years in finance, it ain't a black or white issue. Because 98% of white folk, they stupid. They don't understand money. They just get a free pass because they skin color. That's why they get a job, not because they smart, not because they educated. They get the best jobs all because of their skin color. They get a free pass because of that. But when it comes down to financial knowledge, they just as dumb as hell too. I found that out in my 30 years. So we can pass everybody up if we just learn how money works. You know, how money works. I'm riding down a road right now, and I'm able to tap into technology. I mean, to be able to plug into your program. I'm way in the woods somewhere driving, and I'm able to listen and learn. But then at the same time, while I'm listening to you, guess what I'm doing? I'm trading on the foreign exchange platform, on the financial platform right now as we speak. I'm making money. I earn over 5% interest today. Most Negroes got money in the bank, and they not even getting paid 1% interest a year. I made 5% interest since this morning. And
a lot of them don't even know what to do with a little bit of money they got because they ain't got a whole lot of money. Because they don't know how to make it multiply.
No, they don't know how to. And what we want to, I wish these preachers stop lying in the pulpits.
Man,
you got me going off now.
Those are nothing but pulpit pimps. Pulpit. Look, man, I just told you, man, this gentleman telling me about where he walked these few blocks. It was 27 churches and not one grocery store, not one rec center, and not one educational school. But there's 27 churches. What's that telling you about them churches?
It's that way in every black community. I live in Fayetteville. They got over 100 damn churches on Murchison Road. The same thing. It's in every black community, like you said.
They're in it for the money, man. They ain't in it for the community.
Right.
Pulpit pimps. And then they feed you this bullshit lie out of the Bible about Christianity when the Bible ain't nothing but a book of stories.
We got a nice church facility, right? And I went in, I told her, I said, not one of y'all Negro will ever go buy a 10,000 square foot house and don't use it. We got that big old, the only time they show up is on Wednesday, Bible class, and on Sunday, and then the rest of the week, they're going to build this set that run an air conditioner. That is financially ignorant.
Yes.
And the scripture talks about being good Good stewards of your money, being good stewards. They're violating every scripture in the book. If they read Matthew chapter 25, the 3 talents, that was all about saving money, investing money. That ain't about singing real good. That ain't about dancing and having good talent. That was about trading and investing money. And I encourage everybody to go relook at that scripture in Matthew chapter 25, verses 14 to 30. But man, I know you got a lot of folks want to chime on in. I ain't gonna hold your time.
All right, thank you, Dennis, brother. I appreciate that. Hey, baby,
appreciate it, man.
Hey, man, keep being black, brother. Keep being black. Spend that black dollar.
Okay, you know it. You know it. Black is beautiful.
No doubt.
Take care, partner.
Powerful too. All right, thank you, Dennis. Lines are open, y'all. Got 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Somebody got something they want to say before we close out the show. *6. *6. What I'm going to do, y'all, I'm going to mute all the lines. Hello?
Good evening, Mr. Murray. This is Miss Belinda. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, dear. I'm blessed as always. You know that. How are you?
Good. Happy Tuesday and blessed Tuesday to everyone. I'm tuning in. Actually just getting from a meeting which actually chimes in on everything you guys were talking about. I was in Smyrna at a meeting for Central High School, which is in need of a new HVAC system, and they want to spend $20 million on an HVAC system in a school that has mold, mildew, asbestos, roaches, and rats. The school is falling apart, but you don't want to tear the school down or do a new school, or you don't want to invest into more that's needed than an HVAC system, a whole new renovation of the school. And you guys hit it on the nail. Listen to the other talkers. We have a lot of churches who don't invest in our communities. We have a lot of builders who come in here, investors. They come and they build new houses to the community. And unfortunately, a lot of the African American communities, you guys buy the bigger houses, but you don't request new schools, or you don't even say, so how much money are you going to get? We have businesses to come to the community, but nothing is done for the schools or for the children in the community. So then we start overcrowding. Our schools have gotten so outdated. We're like 20 years behind. And most of our schools right here in Prince George's County, because of that, we have to demand better. We have to stand up, and we have to do more as a community. We have to stop, and you guys said it, and investing and spending our money into churches that are not going to invest in the community, that are not going to take care of generation, pastors who are sitting there and they feeding their sheep, but they have no idea of the schools and the issues that their sheep are going through during the week. None of them took time to visit the schools. Half of them probably don't even know some of the schools that their kids go to. And it makes a difference. And not only that, you guys, when you look at it, when in our homes, when we have a roofing problem, or even in our cars, we have to go through emission, or if something is wrong, we get the floors changed, we do our house. Every season we do spring cleaning, but we don't even show our children are going to schools that are getting the same thing. It's like we're failing a society. And then we wonder, what's going on with these kids? Why are they so off the hook? Why are they doing the same things? But we're failing them. We're failing them as a society because too many of us have been so many years high up about the money, about the dollar for yourself, but you haven't been thinking about the next generation. As Mr. Murray always talking about, if you push me, I'll pull you. It's been for us for years. We've been pushed and pulled from generations to generations by our forefathers who have set us up to have the great things we have, to be able to get a quality education when we couldn't even get one, to live and drive cars and houses that we never thought of having, to have sidewalks and streets that we didn't have when we had dirt roads, to have air conditioning and all the great things we have in our house. But we aren't setting the next generation up for the things that they should be. How dare we not do that? I think we really need to think about the things that we think are more important in life and start realizing it is up to us to make sure that the next generation succeed. If we're not the millionaires where we need to be at, we need to be setting it so that our next generation, our kids, or whatever generation is coming behind you, that they succeed. And that's what it's all about, the next generation's flourish.
That's right. You just said a mouthful. All right, y'all. I got to go.